So I put a banana out. There's a little baby noisy miner. That's the mother over there, one of the family, eating a banana, carving up in the banana. There's a little baby around here somewhere. And so what they're doing is they're eating the banana. They're eating the banana and then giving it to the baby, so the baby's got enough carbs to fly properly. I was going to find that baby, but it just flew off somewhere else, unfortunately. Here's a little baby in here. I won't get too close. That's a little baby bird. So there's a little fledgling, can sort of fly a little bit, but I think he's a little bit undercarbed. So the parents over there eating bananas. So we'll see what happens. So the baby bird needs more fuel because its little wing muscles aren't developed yet. Once the bird matures, it becomes more efficient. Same with humans. I don't need as much carbs or as much calories as I used to eat when I first started on social media, when I'd be dealing with all the hate comments and couldn't sleep at night because people, oh my god, people hate me. Now I don't give a fuck. You know, I'd purposely stir people up and have a laugh with it. So you'll find as you start a lifestyle, when you're answering questions, when you've got more responsibility on your plate, if you have kids, or if you've got more things on your plate, or if you want to do more, you need more carbohydrate calories. But over time, as you get more efficient, it's like a computer processor. The new Mac Broadwell chips that are coming out soon will need less power than the current processors. It's the same thing. As you become more advanced on anything in life, you just become more efficient. You burn less calories. But if you want to have more things in your life, you need to eat more so you can do more. So if you're single and you're having 2,000 calories a day, to have a partner, you probably need 3,000 calories a day. If you're eating 3,000 calories a day with no kids and you have quadruplets, you're probably going to need 5,000 calories a day for a while until you find the balance there and how to become efficient and effective. Does that make sense? So often people were like, oh, I tried to do exercise, but I couldn't last at it. It's like, yeah, because you weren't eating enough to maintain the new activity. You need to eat to do. Mood follows action. So if you put the carbohydrates in, you'll have more motivation the next day because you have more glycogen, and then you can do stuff, you can start taking action, and then your mood starts to change. All right? That's just how it is. So like when I came back to Australia a few days ago, it was cold weather. It was 4 degrees Celsius, top of Mount Lofty yesterday, and I went out with a cycling friend, Tim. He's a really, really good rider, one of the best in Australia. And it was like, I haven't been out in the cold for a few weeks. It was just a bit of a shock to the system. I've been in Thailand. But the day before, I knew I was going to go with Tim, so I just had more carbs. Ended up doing 140 k's with Tim, 160 total for the day. If I didn't put the carbs in, then I wouldn't be able to do the distance, and then I wouldn't have the action, and then I wouldn't have the mood. Now today, I'm back on track in terms of my mood for cycling and sport after a few days of acclimatizing back to Adelaide. Does that make sense? Bottom line cap is in a banana peel. You put the fuel in, that lets you take the action, and then your mood follows action. Alright? Put the fuel in, do some fucking action, and then the mood follows action. Results don't come from motivation. Results come from fucking action. Bottom line.